Many regions of Alberta have been dealing with a severe lack of moisture. Not a lot of snow or rain so far this winter, and the reservoirs are drying up. That may cause some long-term problems for many here in our agricultural community. David Bishop is the interim director of Alberta Grains. He's also a grain farmer out by Barron's, and he joins us now to talk about this drought. David, how devastating will this be for farmers if we don't see a lot more moisture this winter?
My big worry is the fact that there's no snowpack. Our reservoirs are really low. I'm really concerned for our irrigation. That's the issue right now. Dry land, we rely on the moisture in the spring and summer, but as far as our reservoirs for filling up for irrigation, we need those reservoirs filled, and we'll need a big snowpack to do that.
So what will happen if the reservoirs remain low and that water is just not readily available?
There is no option. We'll just won't have enough water for irrigation. We'll be restricted. So, normal crops like wheat, barley, so forth, canola, even for that matter, we can get away with less water. But the specialty crops like potatoes, especially, need a lot of water. So those are the crops that'll really be hurt. It's the specialty crops if we don't get much water.
What about the impact on our cattle producers? How would the lack of moisture also affect them?
They're not going to have water for the feedlots. It's important to have this big snowpack in order to get the reservoirs filled because, and I've said this before to you, the economic impact of southern Alberta will be pretty devastating because we're the largest agriculture producing area of the province as far as net revenue goes, because especially the specialty crops and the feedlots and livestock side of it. So it could be pretty devastating if we do not get any water for irrigating. So how does McCain's operate? How does Cavendish operate if we don't have that water? Because they need water also to do their processing. So even if we get water to produce their specialty crops, if there's no water for them to process, it really doesn't matter.
Thanks so much for your time today, David. That was David Bishop, interim director for Alberta Grains and a grain farmer located west of Barron's.